down so they're at a really level we can all understand. So stay with me. So why is NAD so important? NAD is important because when you're born, which is ground zero, day one, your NAD level is really high. NAD is a communication molecule, if you're wondering. So it's in all your cells in your body. It provides great communication. So what happens when you have a bad relationship? There's bad communication and the relationship goes bad. So you want good communication in all of the cells of your body, and there's trillions of cells and they're replicating every second. So wait a second, so you're born, NAD level is really high. Why is that important? Because a lot of the enzymatic reactions, gene repair in the middle of the night, collagen production, a lot of the major enzymatic reactions in your body are dependent on NAD. That NAD pool is flush, it's huge in the beginning. But then wait a second, by the time you're 20, it goes down 50%. In the next 20 years at 40, it goes down another 50%. So what happens? I'm 60 years old. I'm not 40. I'm out here at 12.5% of what I started with at 100. Why is that important and critical for me? Because as it goes down, all of those enzymatic reactions are fighting over a dwindling supply of NAD. They can't function. Your cells can't function as well with bad communications. And as they're replicating new cells, they're decaying. Illness, disease, and death. Science has said that if we could just drive this NAD up, the communication molecule in our cells, we could potentially delay aging. You could perform at a higher level mentally and physically because your mitochondria, which are in your cells, taking direction from the nucleus, wait a second, will have all the communication that it needs to drive and produce energy. And isn't that what you want? In other words, and let me just a footnote. What are the two most dense organs in your body with mitochondria? Your brain and your heart. Do you want great communication in all of those cells with all those mitochondria, or do you want bad relationship communication? You want great communication because you want to operate extremely well. You want to be 40, 50 years old, 60-year-old, and put 10 or 20 years in the middle of your life and extend your life, instead of adding on 10 or 20 at the end when they're not so good. So if you take an NAD stimulator, as science says, if we could stimulate this NAD, and there's never been a vehicle, never been a product until now, that could drive, instead of driving your NAD down from 0 to 60 and beyond. But wait a second, in a human trial last year, they showed that after 8 hours and one dose of an NAD stimulator, which we have in Nectar 7 and Nectar 7 Niagen and Collagen, and Nectar 7 Niagen, it drove it up after 8 hours. Your NAD was up about 33%. Compelling. All of a sudden, instead of everybody fighting over a declining pool of NAD and getting lethargic, aging, producing unhealthier cells, illness, disease, and death, you're driving your health and performance. Your mental and physical acuity are phenomenal. You feel great, and you have the power to do what you need to do to be the best you can be.
That was great.